sa starsha maga, haul guana. Dami udam yaudan mas udams haucha. Guarbeti gaujata, ya udam yauda paja.
Dazu hast
Winja. Kushawi warha? Urki yishwata kwati patashta. Urki yishwata kwati patashta. Winja. Apatash fu pausikon. Apatash. Urki shawi wapatash walla deuce deuce. Urki San Patra. San Patra? Oh, San Pupau San Patra. Tabu Buddha Kuala. Tabu Buddha Kuala. Urki Sakwi. Urki Sakwi ha Patra Daha. To Urki Patash. To Urki Patash. Urki Sakwi ha Patra Daha. To Urki Patash. To Urki Patash. Naughty.
fuck's sake.
Urki. Ooh, Gorsta, Buddha Kuala, Gorsta. Ooh, new Urki Patra Daha. Uha Darsh, Darsh Urki Shawi Wapatash. Dash Urki Shawi Wapatash. Uha Darsh. Buddha Kuala Darsh! Urki Upar Patash! Hapatra Hadan Tan Hua! Tuti Mazga, Buddha Kuala! Shall we long term?
Okay, so Urki is stupid. And I went over here to find the South Stone or something.
Swadesh.
Shrash Su.
Winja mene, su plutom pequeti. Idiotio, Megmentum et idiot me.
stealth bonus. Undetected. Ani nevěděli, co je zabilo. Co to je? Pro všechny rodiče, kdo nenávidí motorky. Počkej, co tam bylo? Whatever.
Ty jsi měl teprve jednoho, když jsi začal streamovat.
Před chvilkou. No, to jsou jezevci. Je ten šestý. Co? Dělej.
Nee.
Já si říkal, že slyším ještě jednoho někde za sebou. Hajzlíka je. Za mnou! Už jsem se healoval. Asi je nejlepší na ně ty oštěpy rovnou házet.
Ramados. Valhas! Uhara.
Tak, hotovo. Dokonce tady zabili lva. Jo. Co byl lva? 2 lvy. No vidíš.
Nej, nej!
Ni.
Masisila shash shwadishtahar. Tupali kidraba. Drama mas manu maswana. Kapal inda.
Mi bastard bolam. Akistar, Nutushi. Koisa!
Homeless! Tushi.
Tantuani.
Ni.
Quai?
Nutushi.
Masalwa sashta, Gorpati. Payashanti. Tushi. Shantitas. Gorpati. Maji Shwadar Wanta. Santuani. Nacha Kwashwa.
Ni. Uharha.
Payashanti. Tushi. Masalwa sashta, Gorpati. Nai!
All of it again. Hello.
Gorpati. Numi Baldamsha.
I'm gonna shoot this time.
Maywarha. Baya.
Time for some headshots. But I did like 5 fights.
Akistar, Shlawam. Maywarha. Nacha Kwashwa. Aliashwa Pacham Gwarsta. Pashka.
Yeah, all of it. I lost.
Quiet.
Su jauda!
Umdash!
Miha
Kwashlata!
jauda!
Upalhas!
Namaskar, stacisla naczaj!
Ni, ni.
Tibalti Guashta. Akistar, Nutushi. Mi praszka bola. Guarpati, Ninja Wanta.
Lohan wa jauda! Lassi wa jaudan!
Lassi wa Yaudan! Undasa!
Dai mi te!
Guarpati, Ninja Wanta.
Tushi. Ni, ni.
No, I wasn't paying attention to Albania. Maybe a little bit, but isn't it like kind of old news by now?
Warpati! Maji Shwadar Wanta!
Wasn't something happening in Albania like a month ago? I'm not sure, I'm just asking. Hey, stop. What the hell? Godzilla mask. Well, I don't know about people. I only know about me and the fact that I don't care about news much. Rather ignorant person. Jaguars.
Uharha.
protests at large scale. Thousands of Albanians are protesting a planned 1.2 billion luxury resort on the island of Sazan and the protected Vjosa Narta lagoon system, backed by foreign investors including Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump. The project has sparked outrage over environmental destruction, lack of transparency, and the bypassing of environmental laws. They were saying Albania is not for sale. Yeah, well, it sucks that some people tend to do that. Yeah, so it's actually great that people banded together to protest against that. You know, in a way, on paper, democracy seems nice. On paper, democracy seems nice, but the issue is that you can't, you know, do anything about whatever happens in the midterms, right? Like in the legal system, you vote for somebody, and then you have them there for 4 years, and they can do whatever the havoc they please, and there's no way to fight that except for protests. And you just hand over the power over anything for 4 years, and that kind of doesn't work, because then they can do these things, and there's almost no way to fight it except for protesting, and some of the protests don't get enough traction, so the politicians don't care, literally don't care, or they are kind of not planning on candidating again, and go, like some of them, you know, I'm like 75, I can do whatever I want because, you know, after this election period I'm done, and it sucks, it literally sucks. The only way that is actually factually democratic is the direct election on every single piece of agenda, and nobody has time for that, and quite frankly, like, you really have to pay attention and study the stuff, and like, you cannot argue with the specialist on the topic, because unless you are a specialist on the topic, like, that's why you have specialists, and you cannot be specialist on every single topic. So like, having direct election on literally everything is a no-go as well. So you have to trust some, let's say, colloquium of specialists, and hand over the power to them.
Nee.
Well, mafia is mafia. There's a whole different can of worms. Yeah, but like that's the thing, right? Like you can't bring government down like every single time you don't like something, because there's the fine line. Like, let's say that you have rightfully elected political party, and that political party is the majority and the decision, and they want to increase taxes, and they were elected by 80% of people. And still, you can have 20% of people like rioting and do whole kind of stuff. But if that happens over literally everything, and you have a minority imposing whatever they want on the majority, and they don't want that either, right? And also, like, you can protest everything. Every policy, done by anyone,
Uhara.
but then the democracy literally doesn't work, because that's the very basics of how democracy works. So you have a political system that's based on voting, and like everybody has a word, at the same time as a nope.
So.
So you kind of can't have it both ways. Because then the whole system as it is collapses and doesn't work.
Questo che ti pulì!
So, any protests like that are effectively very disruptive. Although you, and then you, how do you judge that you want to, let's say that you want to follow your political party plan that was announced before the elections, that was elected by, let's say, 60% of people, literally the majority of people, and that includes like increasing some kind of tax, and then you have 20,000 people protesting in your capital on the main square. Like, is that actually enough to to prevent that? Like, where's the line? Like, with such a thing, like, I don't think that it's okay for the minority to prevent something like that going through. But on the other hand, it could be something that was not announced in the political program. The party got elected, and then they somehow ninja push through something like that. Like, is that okay? Like, how many people do you need to do the protest? Like, is it 5,000 people, 10,000 people, 20,000 people? Like, where's the line? It's tricky stuff to do politics like this, right? With that said, like what you literally mentioned was some private sector owns land and wants to build a massive hotel or a luxury resort and stuff. Like, if they own the land, yeah, sure, go ahead, do it. It helps the tourism, helps the economy, like local employment, maybe some cross-country cooperation, you know. So, like, it's not always bad. But if there's some specific nature, like protected landscape due to, you know, species variety or scarcity rather, like you should follow all the regulations and not do it, and the government should prevent doing that. And then you're working on corruption, because there is very likely bribery and corruption in such a scenario happening. Oh, Sabertooth.
Tushi.
The scariest thing about saber-toothed tigers is that they are silent. When you hear a jaguar or a badger or whatever, they're always like or, but saber-tooth? Oh my god, they just stalk you and they don't do noise. And then they jump you and it's so scary. Rare self-stone, liquor raft. And skills, I should wait for 6 to do more damage to enemies. Okay. I would say a government system where people can bring down the government down the moment they feel like their backstabbing like term system should be removed. I know it kind of violates the stability. I mean, yes, there should be a system like that. Definitely, there should be a system like that in place. But as I said, like, if you are rightfully elected, you had it in the plan and everything, and majority voted for you, and now you are pushing through, or 2 different political parties had the same thing in their plan for whatever reason, and they are cooperating on like pushing it through. I think that's completely justifiable. Like, you shouldn't be able to disrupt that. Like, that's why you have multiple layers of the law, not the law enforcing, but law setting. How would you say it? Where we have, like, at least it works like that in Czech Republic, and I suppose that in many other democratic countries, where you have the parliament that creates the policies, and then you have the Senate that can veto that specific policy, and it can return it for rework or whatever. And if it passes both of these, it can still be vetoed by the president. And then it's being worked on again. Like, you have multiple layers of protection so that some absolute garbage bullshit doesn't go through, right? But if all is okay and all of this passes, then I suppose it's totally in your totally disruptive that you somehow prevent that from being pushed through. But you also have to be able to choose the right people to fulfill their roles. Like, for example, you surely have some kind of a bureau that's supposed to enforce the environmental protection and just not let something like that pass. And you have to make sure that you have people in these positions who are willing to do it, who are willing to deny the request to build a massive hotel resort in an environmentally protected area. But when these people can be bright, are corrupt, or just don't match the role, like don't fulfill the role correctly. For example, like, if you had Greta Thunberg in charge of the Environmental Protection Bureau and you asked her, can I build this massive, like, 1.2 billion hotel resort in that location? She would totally deny that. She would totally stop it from happening. Absolutely she would. But when you have some guy who's only interested about money and like how big his villa is and whether he can build another pool or not, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, you shouldn't put such people into those positions. And big issue with our current politics is that, at least here in Czech Republic, we face that issue. We have uneducated people who are not professionals in that specific field. You know, like, for example, how is it possible that the Minister of Health the Minister of Health is not a doctor, educated doctor? How is it possible that the Minister of Justice is not educated lawyer, or even better, a former judge or something? Like, you shouldn't ever have a situation like that. That is the case. That you have people without the correct background and without the correct education and expertise in such high profile roles and such impactful roles. In such case, it clearly something doesn't work properly. And very unfortunately, in many roles, we have them. And it is because many of the governments, like, despite people saying that everything's fine, many of the roles are just not paid enough, and the actually good and skillful people are not pursuing those roles, and they go private sector instead of us somehow convincing or persuading the right people to do these, like, actually really important jobs. And that is the downside of democracy. That's literally downside of democracy and capitalism. That and I think that that's what communism does properly. That you have the hierarchies and structures based on education and background and expertise, and people in these roles actually work through the sieve of the structure, and only the best of the best get to the top, because it's based on competency, not on the fact that you are rich and that's it, right? Because when you don't have the open market of the capitalist society, you don't have the allure of going into private sector and making a lot of riches by trading and stuff. And like, what better care, and that comes with the official government related positions. So you have the most or the best quality people within the government structure, or the other, like, you know, like police and firefighter departments and medical care and like all of these, right? Like they are somehow I can't find the right word for that. They are somehow evaluated by the government or assessed by the government. Where in capitalism you don't have that, and like you still choose the good or ideally best people for that, but the best of the best, who would be even more helpful to the whole society, to the whole country, are in private working for themselves. And there's like not very many people who are like fully and completely either patriotic or or philanthropic, who actually do that out of their own ideology, because they don't care about the money. I don't think that we talk about Greta Thunberg much. She just, like, there's a million people like that. She just does her thing and that's it, right? She got some kind of attraction because whatever she was saying at that time, at that point, resonated with people, and many people agreed with her. So she got some traction and popularity, but what she does now, like, kind of who cares, right? Because she was balancing on the edge, on the line. She was walking the line where whatever she was doing was backed by people, and she was amplifying whatever they wanted, and like the, let's say, the common society view on environment and stuff. But then she got like way too disruptive, and people stopped listening to her and paying attention to her, so she lost her voice. That she lost a reason in the eyes of people, right? She took it too far. Look at India. There they have tea seller as their prime minister, who wins on hate, not development. That's why my username is a troll, like, with the population. And youth, they should easily achieve. A lot Bezos, the uneducated people in power, they are fifth largest economy with GDP per cap of African countries. India is the best example. It's called one of the biggest democracies. But just have to look, press freedom index, worse than dictatorship. I respect communism, like, in some level. Like, I felt they speak for the people, mainly labor. I don't know. I just think that capitalism, in a way, it has the same issues as monarchy, where you have a society where some, and let's say that you had some tribal wars or whatever, right? And you have the enlightened person that is able to, you know, rally everyone together and fight for their survival, for the common goal, and make everything better. And they can elect him to be a king, and, like, please lead us to the bright future, and they do, right? But then when you have, and again, I don't know how it's said in English, when you have your children and there are your heirs, and the heirloom of the family is that you have a young prince and he will become a king. He might not be that enlightened person as you are. You can teach him however much you like, but you can end up with some sadistic, retarded fuck like Nero or Hitler or whoever, right? And then it goes just completely sideways. But it's his right, it's his birthright to be a king, and that doesn't work, right? And in capitalism, it kind of is the same. You have people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk or whoever other billionaires, right? Who made a fortune, but somehow, and now they have a lot of power, because in capitalistic society, money is power. Like, if you have money, you can do whatever the hell you want, almost. Like build a 1.2 billion super hotel resort in environmentally protected area. You can do that, right? And capitalism and money and the family wealth, the family fortune, that's generational, like that has the same issues. Like, you can have the one person that was able to make a fortune, and his children could be like completely wasting all of it out, all of it away, and it's just gone, right? And they are abusing their power, and they are corrupt and whatnot. Like, in a way, capitalism and monarchy kind of works the same in that regard. Where with communism, you ideally, if it works the way it's intended, right, you don't have that, because nothing is inherited from somebody before you, either money or a prince or king title or whatever. Like, you have a hierarchy of competency, which is exactly what you want to have. But then the competent people should be properly reimbursed for their efforts. And that's it. That is what I guess what I'm trying to say is, the older I am, and I was born during communism, I lived through the Velvet Revolution in 1989, where literally in here in Czech Republic, together with Poland, and we were able to break the Russian communist regime, and like, we split and separated, and we established democracy, and we celebrate democracy. But the older I get, like, the more I am leaning towards the communist views, however weird it might sound. Because I don't think that no, I don't. Let me put it this way. Both systems have their pluses and minuses, and downfall of both the systems is that one of those systems, or both of the systems, kind of rely on people being selfless, not being absolutely selfish cunts, only thinking about money and their own power, only about themselves. Because that's literally the downside. That's literally the downside of both the systems. That you have people in specific positions who literally don't deserve to be in that position, who are not supposed to be in that position. And unfortunately you have that. And so effectively neither of the system works, but we don't have anything better. That's literally what it is. Like neither of the systems work, but we don't have anything better than that. Because you have people who are greedy and think about themselves and their own personal gain or glory, or call it whatever, legacy is their only interest, and then you have people who are absolutely lazy and ignorant and unwilling to do anything about anything. And what are you supposed to do with that, right? So I suppose that's the idea why the most important thing about democracy is the actual freedom and liberty. Like that's the major plus with that. So, yeah, you can do whatever. Selfish people are the... Selfish people are the disruptive factor. But on the other hand, if we didn't have people like, I don't know, Elon Musk, who wants to have a legacy that I am the person who got the humanity to, you know, inhabit Moon and Mars, like they are the disruptive factor as well as the driving factor that pushes humanity. So go figure it out. It's easy. Like, it's ridiculous. If you think about it, it's ridiculous. Like it is what it is, and they say, and I suppose rightfully so, that capitalism is great for innovation.
Tushi.
So you have it both ways. You have people actually driving the progress, as well as disrupting everything. And the thing is that that's not because of the ideology or like whether like on the fact like whether the country is communistic or democratic or monarchy or whatever. Like this is literally how people are. So in whatever in all of the scenarios, you will like if you are democracy or communist or whatever, like you will always have people who are driving it, as well as people who are disrupting it. And it doesn't matter whether you're communist or democratic, because people will never change. People will always be the same. It will always be the case, whatever structure you choose to use. Does that make sense? So it literally doesn't matter whether you go communism or democracy. There will always be like great thinkers and people who drive the progress, as well as absolutely selfish, sadistic scum who think about nothing but themselves. So you need to figure out a way how to nourish one and prevent the other from thriving. Well, let me go grab a drink. I feel China communism is different. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. I like, I'm no politologist. I said that before, right? I'm just here playing a game. Venture captives working for Izila. You mean when just slaves who need to be liberated?
Flashta.
Me que from non.
Odio tudogu.
No bonus for me. Whatever. China communism sounds really complex. It's capitalism. I don't know how it works. What is different? Here in my country, we have the National People's Power Party. They are far left-wing. I agree on their views. It's more fundamental than the previous, which was centered on some people only. Yeah, but like you have it completely different, right? Like in your country, women didn't have a lot of power or possibilities. And now they do, which is a good progress, I guess. But you are likely like way behind us in that ideology. Like we have a here in Czech Republic, we have a legend which is called the Girly Wars, where a couple girls just kicked out all men and fortified themselves in some castle, and then they were fighting some men, and they won actually, and some duke or whoever actually married one of them, and like that's how emancipation in our country kind of was established. Like it's a legend from thousands of years ago, right? And like ever since then, like we never had a structural or systemic misogyny or misandry, like neither of those. Like we've been kind of equal for so long that it's not completely normalized within the society, and the result of that the differences in between the sexes are celebrated and cherished and built upon. That because we inherently understand that males and females are different, and they do and always had the same rights, so we don't have the societal stigma like other countries might have. So and if that societal stigma is so profound like it was in your country, or maybe how racism and the slavery is in US, like then you have people who actually tend to cling on that way too much, even though that the society is systemically past that point. You need to last couple generations before people actually stop bringing that up and thinking about that. Although, how long does it take? I couldn't say, because Americans did that kind of long time ago, and they still cling to the blacks versus white systemic racism, and they are projecting that to the rest of the world. Like for example us, because we consume a lot of American stuff, and we don't have those social stigmas in here anymore. Like we never had those issues in here. Like here, there is a view that women should be cooking, not running the state. That's the problem. Exactly. That's literally what I'm talking about. Because they were not equal with men for so long that it's still so deeply rooted within the society that even though it's no longer systemic, it's still traditional in a way. Where we don't have that, but that's what I'm pointing out, is that the fact we don't have that for so long makes it the other way, that we don't have the grudges and the stigma within the society that that's actually the case, but instead we have the healthy and a healthy point of view where the women do want to stay home cooking because that's what they desire anyways, right? And it's not that because somebody would impose that on them, they just embrace it because that's literally what they want to do. And it's not encumbered by some kind of they are not psychologically encumbered by some kind of systemic some kind of laws that would prevent them from working, let's say, in politics. Tribal clash, destroy. Let's go. What is this about? Okay.
So.
Oh, can you?
Name and heart. Oh, come on, Tiger, go away.
The reason why far-right extremists are born in Europe might be because of American propaganda. Yeah, absolutely is. 100%. Although, I have to say that we don't have that many right-wing extremists in here. Because luckily, people in here have enough common sense to, you know, ignore the bullshit. Political and cultural propaganda. Every movie has to have somebody gay, some lesbians, some, you know, powerful women characters that are emancipated and they don't need men, and stuff like that. Yeah. Just a propaganda. Like, just think about it this way. In every American movie, you have kids in school bullying somebody, you know, talking them down like you are a worthless piece of crap, nothing, nobody cares about you, and then you have the redemption arc of the bullied kid that either somebody helps him and teaches him how to stand up for himself, or he figures it out somehow, and meanwhile also gets the girl, and like it's in every single movie, and there's always somebody racist, there's always somebody, you know, misogynic, like picking up on women and stuff, like always, every single time, right? Like, I've never ever seen that in my life. Like, I've never ever seen such an extent of bullying and racism and such as they depict in the movies. Like, those are not real. Like, But also, I'm not in America, right? So I don't know. Like, is it actually normal in there? Is that common? Like, is all streets literally full of gangs of black people shooting each other? Like, it's depicted in every movie? Or blacks or versus Mexicans and Russian mafia and whatnot? Like, I don't know. How am I supposed to judge that? I have no idea. In here, people live peacefully, we help each other, kind of ignore each other. Sometimes we stand up for some shit that's important and that's it, nobody bothers you. I don't know. I don't know how's Eastern Europe compared to France, UK and Ireland. I don't live in Eastern Europe. Like, I'm literally in Central Europe and I don't feel like we're much different than the French and English. Although I have to admit that sometimes they feel a little more selfish maybe and money driven maybe.
Ecco me ne mortie!
I really don't feel like that I live in Eastern Europe. We have democracy. Even during the communism we were fighting against the despotism and tyranny and kind of protecting our freedom. even before that, the fascism and stuff, like I feel like we're just the same as everybody else. That we like to have our own stuff, do our own stuff, follow the traditions, drink a good wine, have fun, party, dance, sing, joke around, you know? Live a nice life. That's what we like. Just as everybody else. More traditional. I don't have a comparison, man. Yeah, we have our traditions. We have our celebrations, like the way how you celebrate Easter and Christmas and stuff like this. I suppose Christian holidays. We have the traditional songs, lots of stuff. What we are not is we are not that religious anymore. We are likely probably somewhere like in between like 80 to 90% atheist.
Nee. Sraž su.
I hear a tiger around.
Sakui! Nein! Sakui! Maya!
I have an old computer. I'm using GTX 960, I think. I have like 10-year-old computer. Maybe even more than 10 years. After completing this game, which one do I do next? I don't know. After completing this one, I will very likely play Far Cry, the shooter. Yeah, I feel like I'm in the mood for Far Cry 3. Yeah. do I get up there? This way. I'm not in Balkans. Balkans is southeastern Europe. This is the way I came here. This is the way I got here. Yeah. Yes, correct. In between Germany and Poland. Oh, I have to jump. Got it. What's next? Daisha hand here. care about the Daisha hands. Nice. I have 12 skill points. Okay. I suppose I could save something from this, right? Fire. It's 2, 5, 8, 14. Yeah, it's a lot of skill points still. In between Germany and Poland. Well, next to both, not in between. Ah, no, I don't want to imagine World War II. That's a bad time for the whole world, man. Nobody had fun back then.
Nobody.
Johnny Harris, Switzerland, many basements. Well, Swiss people, I don't think that they have civil service anymore. But I think that like literally all of them are armed and trained. maybe they do have civil service and they, go to army, train and everything, and then they are training constantly, like all of them. Switzerland is very specific in that. Let me check something really quickly. Short break. need to make a snack for kids, so I'll be AFK for a while. Alright, let's go.
Shrash Su. Naughty.
What survival games do you mean? You say survival games are always big? I once came across the game called The Forest, and it was like something else. One of the best storylines. The Forest, yeah, there is something that you are on an island in the forest with some kind of weirdest zombies and stuff. To waste arrows on that hanging thing.
Su.
Okay, so let me read that. Uh, Survival Guys Forest, second part called Sounds of the Forest. Like, I highly suggest you at least watch the trial, you might like it. It's all about journey the game offers, the forest and Sons of the Forest. Not zombies, it's a mutant biopharmaceutical company does testing on humans and gets cooked. The islands is filled with them, and you, the main hero, your plane crashed into that island. Now your son is missing. You went on looking for him. That's the main theme. Like, it's very emotional. In the end, not spoiler. Okay, thank you. Generally, I don't like the survival zombie games. Okay, that one is done. How's my food? 16. Just a tiny little bit more food. And a little bit more wood, and I suppose I can attack. No, powiedeničko. Vybrala si z toho to zdraví jako dobrý, a už se z toho úplně v pohodě. Vůbec. No, to neznamená, že to nesníš. To dones aspoň. That is true. The ambience in this one is really good. Like when I was out in the forest during the night for the first time, and suddenly the wolves spawned and started attacking me. So scary. So scary. Let me focus here. Okay?
Wenja! Gratis! Gratis! Suchnis de deguitu. Wenja. Deguumi.
Nay, nay!
Checkpoint would be nice. just run.
Nu Waicham Nasam.
Kubarata.
Kratis. Praskwa.
Krati. 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 Barata. Krati Dwaya. Machi. Guarbati Dwaya. Ura. Rasquawasa.
Did you just piss on it and put it on my face?
Usus Tugistar. Dwaya Saplaha.
Tu bateri guanam.
Parshwa. Saugas. Magis Guaris. Tausta. Ura Bauga. Habatteris. Dagis Nawayaka. Bakar. Usus Dugistar. Tani Daha.
Dam Shabataris. Pashwara Chamsham. Tukaida.
Mama Fadi. Dwayne one. Majish Harris. Di nawash scouti Mama Fadi.
Tikansham. Guarguardo Hafchuguari.
Haska wantar. Hafchu gwar sancha. Majish gwar. Ku. Disu haska wantar. Majish gwar. Urusim shalash. U. Arsh majishayu maddi. Tarti hinacha. Tu haska wantar. Buha.
Oh, did I? Ah, okay. So I can tame. Okay, I can tame these now.
Tushi.
love the atmosphere of this.
Uharha.
However, with that said, I think I'm actually gonna go to sleep.
Su.
It's only like 10 o'clock. 10 p.m. It's time to go to sleep. Thank you for stopping by, man. Enjoy yourself and good night.